WTF, ChatGPT is turning into Google. Not by copying search, but by copying the ad machine. For those that don't know, WTF over here stands for What's the Future. Every day I take detailed notes, I store them in a journal, and now I've been starting to make videos and I'm posting them. So what I want to talk about today is ChatGPT. And if you've been following, yes, it's the weekend, but the last couple of days have been buzzing. You've got now a new subscription called ChatGPT Go, and that's from OpenAI. They're kind of taking a page out of everybody else's book. When you start to think about the books, I mean, Netflix, they have an ads model. Hulu has an ads model. Disney Plus has an ads model. I could keep going. Now, what is an ads model? An ads model is really what we should call freemium, but it's not exactly freemium. See, a lot of these platforms also have freemium, minus some of the video subscription services, largely because there's a cost to content. But ChatGPT does have a freemium model, but it used to just be the freemium model and then a pretty substantial increase, because you go from $0 to $20 per month. And then if you're not on the $20 per month plan, you went to an enterprise plan, which was, a couple variations. They have different variations there. And then ultimately they had like a $200 a month plan. And that's been basically the pricing structure of OpenAI's ChatGPT up until here recently. Now they have this $8 a month plan. And now the $8 a month plan is going to get you most of the things you were getting free with some benefits. You're going to get some memory benefits. You're going to get some image benefits. You're going to get some storage benefits. And largely, OpenAI is still figuring out what this looks like. But they did say, and they specified, guess what? It's a lower cost model. It's lower tier. So freemium and Go users are going to have to endure with ads. Now, the thing that I thought was interesting is they haven't disclosed too much about what these ads are going to be, but they've kind of told us what they're not going to be. So we know ads aren't going to be in very sensitive searches. They're not going to be targeted at teens or child users. We're also not going to see the ads really take place in any of the premium searches, or not searches, but premium prompts. And premium prompts meaning, like, if you pay for the $20 a month or higher ChatGPT, you're not going to get any advertising. And that makes sense, right? They're monetizing you off that user base. And I'm not here to go into the unit economics of AI, because I agree with many people. This probably is not the smartest route, but you got to have some type of business model. And hey, we all know that ChatGPT is trying to justify some type, well, it's not ChatGPT, but OpenAI is trying to justify some type of valuation, whether that be for the private or public markets. And so, hey, you got to commend them for trying. They got this far. So with that being said, I think the real shift in the futuristic take here is that, the product is not just answers. The product is intent. And when you think about search, that's always been the case, right? Like, no one really searches your product name. They always have some type of intent. So I want to find a coffee shop near me. I want to know what the best running shoes are. I want to know which car I should buy that's an SUV with four-wheel drive. Like, the intent is to buy in all those queries. I guess maybe not the first one, but the intent is well specified from the query. It used to be you type a keyword, you get results, right? And so that was what it was, right? In the first query, I said, you basically have a hyper-local keyword with a coffee shop near me, and the rest were all kind of product searches. Now it's a little bit changed. With AI, you describe a situation, and then AI picks the action. So I say, hey, generate me a report based on these numbers, or hey, let me know what type of model this car is. I saw it on the highway. It was really cool. And so if you add ads to that, I don't think they're fighting for clicks. They're fighting for the default decision. And this is interesting because it's bigger than ads. See, ads, you kind of knew what the scope was, and you just had your traditional SEO approach, and you were just optimizing for Google's crawlers and for the users that were searching, right? Now we're optimizing for the AI's preference layer. And I think that the winners here just won't be the loudest brands. It'll be the brands that the models trust. And it'll be the people that can be verified and that you can kind of recommend safely. And remember, this keyword safely is going to be really the keyword of the day, because if you're not a safe brand, I don't think you're going to go far in this new era. So let's just say you're a creator and We all are creators, whether you like it or not. That's just the name of the game. Heck, I even got to make videos like this. So I'm technically a creator too. And what I really should be making as a creator, like at least in my mental model, is we should make content that answers exact questions. Now, these questions should should live in the realm of should I type questions, should I buy, should I do, should I make, like should be like the keyword that stays in your head, and you say, let me make content around this. It used to be library approach. So if we were thinking in the SEO era, we would say how to, and that was a big keyword back in the early days of SEO. And you just thought of a content library. You were showing people how to shave, how to crack an egg, how to make a certain dish. Those were queries that if you got in front of them, you could sell a lot of different products because you were doing SEO. Now it's should I buy, should I do? And you want to basically do this because you want to become the source that gets paraphrased. So what I mean by that is you're going to be building proof signals, right? So you'll have real reviews, real comparisons, transparent pricing, strong FAQ pages from a brand or selling a product, consistent naming, and that's key. So you don't want to be all goofy with the naming. You don't want to be all out of the place, because you want to build trust, and you want to be consistent, and you want to show up a lot, and you want to get paraphrased. You want to be the one that's quoted. In order to do that, you're going to have to basically have trust, clarity, and repeatable phrasing. That's how you get paraphrased in 2026. And so what's the future? What we're seeing here is we know that ChatGPT is now going to do ads. We know that the ads are probably going to show up around should I queries. Should I do this? Should I make this? Should I buy this? Right? So you want to be the brand that shows up there. In order to do that, you got to have trust, clarity, and repeatable phrasing. That's at least how I see it. Now, the future, it's already kind of happened. I don't even know if I can say this is the future, but what's to come is 2026 is looking like we're going to start to say everything you did for SEO, that's like compounding on top of what you're going to have to now do for AEO. So SEO is quietly going to become AEO. And for those that don't know, AEO is answer engine optimization. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if these models get it right, ranking number one won't be the most important thing anymore, right? It's going to matter that you're the suggestion. You're going to want to be the suggested thing that the algorithm tells a person to do. Or if it gives an example, you want to be that example. If it cites something, you want to be that citation. And that's not necessarily the same tactics that you would need to be cited. I mean, not cited, to rank number one. Those are not the same tactics that you would need to rank number one. And so I think in this new era of AEO, SEO, you can get caught in the semantics, but what you really need to do is go back and think about what can I do to build trust for my brand? What can I do to build clarity for my brand? Like how do you make this as clear as possible, as concise as possible? And how do you have repeatable phrasing? That's gonna matter. The brands that stand out in this AEO world are gonna have all that. If ChatGPT becomes an ad platform, the fight isn't gonna be for traffic. It's going to be for being the AI's default recommendation. We've already seen that with Gemini and Google's AI answer box, right? You want to be in that. You don't necessarily want to be in the top link anymore on Google. You want to be recommended by the AI search recommendation, because a lot of people don't even click anymore. They just read that and move on. And so that becomes the new homepage. And for anyone that's looking, I think that ChatGPT ads are probably going to be here to stay. Like, they have no incentives to let these things go unless people really, really hate them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any questions, go ahead, just ping me.